Welcome to the Old Computer Museum channel, and this is a Commodore 64 game called Batman the Caped Crusader. Very beautiful intro graphics here for the Commodore 64. Slightly Japanese-like music. Batman the Caped Crusader is a 1986 game and released for 1988 for different computer platforms. It is made by Ocean Software, Ocean being one of the big companies that made lots of games for the Commodore 64 actually back then. Batman the Caped Crusader is a arcade action-adventure type game, and it was sent to the Amiga, the Amstrad CPC, the Atari ST computer, Commodore 64, there's a MS-DOS version for PC, and ZX Spectrum. It's a single-player action-adventure game. So here you have part 1 and part 2. The game is split into two types of game that have the same basic feature. One version of the game is the side where you go through the action adventure and you try to beat the Joker, and the other side of the action adventure is where you try to beat the Penguin. Here we go. So this is one side. So it's a little bit made like a comic book, where you have these windows that pop up depending on where you go. So for example, if I go to the next window, it pops up another little window. And you always have that main window in the background from where you started. So you have these packages that you pick up, and in there you got all sorts of things. Like this is the control disk that you have to enter, find how to enter into the computer. You'll find disguises so that you can actually be invisible to your enemies from time to time. And basically what you have is punches, kicks, and your batarang that enables you to fight the villain's henchmen. And of course you gotta solve the puzzle, so you gotta do everything right and try to solve the puzzle. When you have objects, well, basically you can actually log out, and you see here the little squares, the purple squares are where your inventory is, and at the bottom you see your level of lives, and basically you want to have all these lines as high as possible for going the farther in the game as possible. At the top you see how much percentage of the game that you've completed, so this actually advances slowly. And you can of course move around this little bat that enables you to choose the object. In the middle you have your little hands here, one that creates an action with the object you chose, one that goes back into the game and drops it, and so on. So depending on what you have to do. And you got little hints on the screen, so when you're wondering what I have to do, just look at the hints on the above screens. And here I have a lockpick, and so on. A false nose, so you can get your disguise in and actually avoid always. So here it says insert the disc. So what you do is actually go into your inventory, go pick up the disc, and then pick up the action that you need to do with that disc, which is instant. And now it says the bad computer is out of order, so you need to find tools to fix it, and so on. So this is how you go through the game. And here you have the set of tools. So this is what you'll use to fix the computer, and so on. And here we're outside. You can see your enemies that will try to, so you can fight them. Here we go. And so this is pretty much how you fight them, with kicks and oops, I've got out of the game. That is probably the annoying part of the game. Sometimes you will actually get out of the game and go into your inventory without knowing it. I'll restart the game and show you the next part. So if we go back and restart the Caped Crusader here, let's go into the second part of the game. And I'll show you directly the second part of the game from the main window. So it's a cool, very nice adventure game. It had very high scores in the Commodore magazines back then. They would basically give it a score of about 9 out of 10. And so a lot of the probably what is the main reason also for a good score is the fact that you have kind of two adventures into one, which is also fun because you have basically two different adventures, and it's almost like having two games in one. So this is a Commodore 64 version. I just seen here on the Google page that there's also a Commodore Amiga and Apple II version. If I have not mentioned that. I've not mentioned the Apple II version. And here we go. So this is simply part 2, which just looks a lot like part 1, but has a different objective and different things to do. And of course you have the and here's a batarang. And it has a different villain to fight. Overall, it's a cool, interesting game. If you like the mix of adventure and fighting games, this is quite fun actually. Music's entertaining, and the actual gameplay is quite cool. The design is nicely made, and the fact that it looks like a cartoon also is cool. I give Batman, the Caped Crusader for the Commodore 64 a score of 8.5 out of 10. Fun gameplay, mix of adventure. You have to fight your way around. It's not, difficulty is just right. Not too hard, but hard enough that you have some gameplay for a while. So this is Batman, the Caped Crusader for the Commodore 64. If you enjoy our videos, please subscribe to our channel. And if you like our videos, please subscribe to our channel. If you have any comments and questions, please let us know, and we'll try to answer any questions if possible. Maybe you played this game and want to share your thoughts on what you thought about it. Let us know, and we'll try to answer questions. And it's always fun to have your comments about when you play the game. And if you enjoy our videos, there's lots and lots of stuff online. Real machines like the Amiga 500, the Atari ST, emulation like this Commodore 64 in Vice 64 into Windows 7, and hopefully lots and lots of new stuff coming up. We try to post every week if possible. So thanks for watching, and hope you come back to the Old Computer Museum channel. Bye bye.